Are you ready to wake up and dream? Yes, you heard that right. Dreaming at night is overrated. The real magic happens when you wake up.
This is the Wake Up and Dream podcast with your hosts,
Lisa,
Kelly,
and Sarah. We share a vision of helping women ask hard questions and feel empowered to begin designing their life instead of going through the motions unaware and unfulfilled.
Join us each week as we cover topics that will help you figure out your desires, goals, and how to make them happen. You will feel encouraged, supported, and motivated to reimagine a life of limitless possibilities.
So get ready to create a life that makes you want to jump out of bed and truly live the life that you deserve and love. So let's get started. Hey, wake up and dream listeners. It's Lisa Taylor here, and I am excited to continue on in this series called our summer side gig series. And today I want to talk about questions to ask if you are thinking about joining a direct sales company. So just to clarify, direct sales is a legal it's a legal organization or agency. Multi-level marketing is another branch of that same, and they are all members of the Direct Sales Association. So this is a very viable way to bring extra income into your family, as well as just allow you to have some fun, pursue your passions, and meet people that really encourage you to think bigger, to dream of the possibilities, and then give you the support and the tools to make it happen. That's been my experience with direct sales. I've only been with one company, and I've been with that company for 13 years. And I can honestly tell you that when I started it, it was just because I wanted to help our family make a couple of $100 extra. And when I started really researching and strategizing how this could really replace a full-time salary, that's when the light bulbs started going off for me. And I realized, wow, this could really be the vehicle that I use to not only give me the freedom to create the life that I'm looking for, but really to help others. And that's where my passion lies. I want to help you find something that is in alignment with you and also has the structure that's going to provide the income, the flexibility, the integrity, the longevity that you want to be thinking about in a company that you're going to partner with. So the cool thing about direct sales is, yes, you partner with a company, but you're really your own business owner. Whether you're doing it just as a side gig, a part-time, little extra spending cash, or you're like me and you're like, you know what? I want to help more people. And therefore, it's going to allow me to expand my income and grow it to six figures, which I have. And so I come with these questions with a background of experience of doing exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. So let's talk questions today of what questions do you want to ask yourself? What questions do you want to ask those in the company or even the owners of the company before you say yes? These are questions that I didn't necessarily ask, but now looking back, I feel like I landed in a company that had all of the right answers to these questions. But I'm really glad, and I love, and I've seen other people, say yes to companies that grew too fast and boom, now they're without a company because the company went bankrupt, or they're in a company and they're hustling. They're giving it their all, but they're not making a lot of money. So there's a lot of things to consider. So let's dive in. So first question that I would invite you to ask is the company that you're thinking of partnering with, what products do they sell, and are you passionate about them? For me, finding clean products as a breast cancer survivor, I want my products to be clean. I want them to be affordable. I want them, to be plant-based and natural. So these are things that I am passionate about. And so it's very easy for me to not feel like I have to sell anybody on anything. It just is a natural outpouring of my passions and my convictions around skincare. Another question might be like, what's the company's reputation? I would research Better Business Bureau, and I would see what their ratings are from customers, from their consultants. You can find that information out from a third party that has no, interest or beef in the game. The other thing that I would ask is, I would research and want to know, are the products consumable? I know there are people that are passionate about products, but for instance, if it's cookware or even bags or home decor, like after you get set up with those products, because, I don't need necessarily 20 different bags, maybe that's not a company that's going to give you the residual income. If you have a skincare line or oils or a cleaning, product that people are going to need to restock, that's going to be a better money decision or a better income producing company, because people are going to want to continue to purchase the products. So think about that. I know for me, as years and years, and now 13 plus years have gone by, I've seen that I have orders that come in that were people that ordered 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I don't have to really find that person and continue to bring in new people just to make a sale. So the other thing to ask is, how's the structure of the company? Meaning, like, do they have a returns policy? What's their refund policy? I know that with Labri, I was blown away when I found out that their return rate is less than 0.5%. That's something that I'd want to know. Like, is this a company that has a good guarantee? We have a 60-day money back guarantee on our products, and yet our return rate is less than 0.5%. What? That's exciting. Is there a sample program? A lot of times, if you can share samples, people get to try before they buy. That's another thing to consider. And then you want to think about the company itself. Is the company debt-free? I share that as an important question to ask because, some people, they use the phrase, oh, join this company. It's a new company and it's a ground floor opportunity. There's not a saturation of consultants. Well, that's can be a really good opportunity, but I've also seen it backfire where, the ground floor company creates this promise but they can't sustain. They can't sustain it because they grow so fast, and then they end up filing for bankruptcy and leaving a lot of consultants with, a promise that they didn't deliver on. Or if the company's, not debt free, and they have a huge spike in growth, that can also cause them to go, oh, we need to change the profit plan. We need to, take some of the profits away from this level of consultants. And I've seen it happen. And that breaks my heart because we work so hard to represent the company and share our passion for the products, all to have it blow up in our face when the company goes belly up. So, is the company debt free? Is it owned by investors, or is it owned by a person or a couple? I know when LeBry when I learned about the story of LeBry, and I learned that even the word LeBry is the name of the founders, Linda and Brian, I was like, oh my gosh, how amazing. And the sacrifice that they have made to create this company was really seeped in their desire not to involve investors, because they were with a direct sales company prior to them creating their own. And they went to the top, experienced all the goodness of the cars and the vacations and the six figures, and then lost it all. And I don't want that to happen to you. So be sure that you know the integrity of the company, who's owning the company, and how long have they been in business? Do they have some roots that go deep? Next question is, what are the startup costs? What are the startup costs? Most companies, most direct sales companies, the startup cost is not much compared to if you were to, open a boutique or open a brick and mortar in your town, or even a, online company. It takes a lot more inventory, all of that to get started. So what are the startup costs? And then what do you, as a new consultant or representative, what do they provide for you? What resources does the company offer to help you be successful right away in sharing the products, in making money right away? That's very, very important. I know some companies, if you really want to make money, you need to, sponsor, and you need to grow a team. And overall, that is a philosophy of direct sales. But I know with my company that I'm partnering with, like, yes, that's in there, but then there's also opportunities for cash bonuses just based on selling products. So you want to make sure that you know what those startup costs, what you're getting, does it provide free samples for new consultants if they have a sampling program? Does it offer social media support and images? And, what is the trainings that are provided? This is what you want to for sure know. And then let's dive deep into, how do you make money? I would want to know, how do I make money? If that's my goal with this side gig, is to make money, I want to make sure that the percentage of income or commission that I'm going to receive is going to be worth. And I know in direct sales, it is not, you know, get rich out of the gates type of a gig. It's the marathon. It's the long game that you have to be thinking. But when I look at my own experience, I made money right away. And some of that was on my sales. Some of that was very small percentage from the team that I was building. But I also have the opportunity to get these bonuses just based on my sales. So you want to look at the profit plan. You want to talk to other consultants. What is what is their story? How long did it take them to replace their full-time salary? What did they have to do to get there? These are questions that I would definitely want to know the answer to. And compare the profit plan with other companies. Do your research. And then another question is, are there any sales quotas? Do I have any requirements that I need to maintain to stay active? And if there are like fees, what do those fees provide me with? Most direct sales companies have a fee, a monthly fee. It's pretty minimal. I've seen it as low as like $10. I've seen it as high as $25 to $30. But what are you getting for that monthly fee? Most of the times, you want that fee to provide you with a website that they are updating and providing and keeping current for you. Social media content, images, training, because social media is always changing. So you want to be with a company that is not only providing you with content to share, but the training on how to be successful in that social media arena. Another question is like, how do you sell the products? Is there only one way? Do you have to do parties? A lot of us pre-COVID, that's how we grew our business, with in-home classes or presentations. But there's a lot of social media that wasn't around pre-COVID. And so do you have to have in-home parties? A lot of people in my company are finding great success literally sharing the products from their phone. So what are the different ways? In LeBri, we say, it's LeBri your way, because we want you to know that if you want to meet with people in person, awesome, go for it. But if that's not your jam, or you don't want to take time away from your family and you just want to, literally work it all online, you totally can do that and be successful and make money. And there's the resources available to show you how. And then to wrap things up, I would also want to know what the company culture is like. So is it really like you have to go crazy and, meetings here and trainings here? And, if you're not on there, you're going to be like, made to feel guilty. You don't want to be in that kind of atmosphere. You want it to be whatever you want it to be, right? And that can oscillate. Some teachers do direct sales as a side gig in the summer because they've got a little more time freedom. And so they want to have fun, get out, share what they love and they're passionate about, make some vacation money. But then when school starts, they want to be able to put that on the back burner. That's, I think, one of the beautiful things about direct sales is you can literally make it whatever you want it to be, but you want to make sure the culture of the company supports that flexibility. And then in addition to the company culture, what kind of support can you expect from your company, your mentor, your leader, your team members? What does that look like? Does your leader provide training? Is there a time when, do you have access to ask questions of team members and your leader. And then what each company, when you join, you have a mentor, but then you also have your team leader. And what is her personality like? Most of the time it is women that join direct sales, but not always. And what's her success record? What's her personality like? You want to do a little digging to that structure, because she's going to be the one that you're going to be mentored by, along with your sponsor or your upline. Last question is, you try your side gig, and after a few months, you're like, I don't think this is a good fit for me. Is there a penalty? What would I need to know if I wanted to resign or cancel? Most of the times it's not a big deal to resign or cancel, but I'd want to know what the process would be if I wanted to do that. So I hope that was helpful. I know that for many people, there's a lot, and there's brand new direct sales coming out like almost every day, it seems. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never heard of that company, never heard of that company. And I just wanted to provide a real kind of neutral framework of questions that I would encourage you to ask when you are thinking about saying yes to a side gig within the direct sales industry. So if that is something you want to talk through with me, reach out. Let me know what your questions are. If there are topics that you'd like me to address in this summer side gig series. But now I'm going to be interviewing a few of my team members for them to share their story of how direct sales has really been impactful financially, but also personal growth wise. So stay tuned. There's exciting stories ahead. And until next time, we encourage you here to wake up and start dreaming.
Thank you so much for joining us. Before you go, do us a favor and follow our podcast.
If this episode inspired you, be sure to take a screenshot and share it on your social media.
And check us out on Instagram at Wake Up and Dream Podcast. And join us in our free Facebook group of the same name to continue this discussion. Be sure to tune in every Monday for another episode. And until next time, wake up and dream.